Billy's got a little buddy. Not really. The neighbor's dog came to visit. Is the little Chihuahua coming too? Let's go see. There he is. There's the little Chihuahua. There's the little Pedrito. Guys, here we are doing the thing. Turns out, even with my Florida concealed, I'm going to have to go to the sheriff's office here in North Carolina. I have a North Carolina license, and get a permit from the sheriff so that I can purchase a handgun, or they won't sell it to me. So that's fine, you know, we just have to plan on that. So that's what we're gonna do. But today we're buying a AR-15 22 caliber. So that's what he'll let you walk out with, that with a background check, but they won't sell you a handgun. That's why it's so messed up that way, because
Right, you could buy a semi-automatic,
far
but
more lethal than handguns, and that's what people use in mass shootings. And you can just pretty much take it home. So,
right. Well, we're gonna go ahead inside and
yeah,
pick it up.
And then we're gonna go do that and pay for it. See you later.
Baby, what'd you get?
Got ourselves a little toy. Got ourselves a little toy. Necessary, unfortunately, in this country, because if you don't have a gun, you're cutting yourself short. Unfortunately, these days it's crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in. Anyways, you know, I've owned guns since I was 18, so they're not anything new to me. I sold a lot of guns when I had to leave the country, but trying to get them back, some of them anyway. So anyways, yeah, we picked up this long rifle, 22 caliber, AR-15 style. Got some ammo. I bought all the ammo that he had. So, but we'll have to try to find more ammo, and then we're going to call the county that we live in here in North Carolina, or we used to live in, and try to get the permit from the sheriff's office so I can go and get the handguns, because they changed the laws and they made everything more difficult, even for somebody like me that has a concealed.
Right.
Yeah. But ammo has also been very hard to come by lately. Everybody, all the preppers have been stocking up on ammo for a lot of reasons. And so the demand has been so great that there is little supply. I bought 8 bags of what he had of 50 shells. So, you know, that's a little bit. I put an order in for a couple extra magazines, and it seems that those are also very hard to come by now. Okay. Which, I'm sorry, trying to follow directions and talk at the same time. We're gonna go to the Walmart and get a couple of things there, see what they got, and then we'll call the county that we were in and see if the sheriff's office can issue us
A handgun permit,
a
yeah.
permit for the handgun, and how long it will take to get it. Otherwise, my other option will be to drive to Florida, and then I can walk into any store and buy whatever I want with my concealed. But apparently my concealed is good here, is valid for carrying a concealed, but it's not valid for buying a weapon, or a handgun, which is kind of contradicting. It makes no sense. We're making some pizza in America.
Woo!
It turned out good. It's a nice soft dough. I'm letting it rest here for another 5 minutes, and then we're gonna make probably, I don't know, a couple of pizzas out of this.
Yummy,
That's
yummy.
good. I got the American shredded mozzarella, or mozzarella, like they say in New York.
The mozzarella.
The mozzarella. And then what else we got? The tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Right here. Welcome to our rental.
Right there.
Tomato sauce.
It's a nice little cabin or cottage that we've rented. I feel like I'm at Grandma's house. It's great.
Yeah. Well, there she is. Not bad for a first time pizza in a rental. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. A little thicker than I wanted it, but it's okay. It's cooked as well. It's well cooked. I'm sure it's going to taste great.
Well, it's a beautiful morning. Look at those gorgeous pines across the way. It's a lovely little neighborhood that we're in. I guess if you're going to be semi-homeless and a nomad, this is a great place to be able to relax and try to pull yourself back together. So peaceful. The birds, the sun rising. Morning, guys. So, Billy's taking me on a walk. I'm supposed to be taking Billy on a walk, but he's taking me on a walk. Just gonna stroll down the block for a little while. Mo's still in bed, sleeping. He really has been put to the test with the long flight and all the driving and all the stress he's under. You know. It's a little hard for us right now. You know, nothing more difficult than being in a financial crunch. I mean, I'm always saying I'm so glad to be back to the States. But now, with the land not being exactly what we had hoped for and being chased away by all those ticks, um, makes it hard for us right now. I mean, we are in our 50s and not very secure. Not knowing where you're going to lay your head in 30 days is very stressful. But, what are we going to do? We have, all I keep saying is at least we have each other. At least we have each other. At least we have each other. We have each other and we have our family and our friends. Come on, Billy. Come on. He wants to go visit the neighborhood dogs. Came by and played with him the other day. My little Billy and I just came back from our walk. And Mo's still sleeping, so I'm just sitting out here on the porch, enjoying the morning. Oh, some beautiful cardinals across the way. This area is filled with beautiful, beautiful cardinals. We must have seen at least a dozen cardinals. It's a nice little house. Glad we ended up staying here. It's a peaceful, quiet. I think that was a cow. I'm going to go inside and make us some breakfast. So when Mo gets up, he has a nice hot meal in his belly. Hope you guys are having a good day. We're going to try to make it a good day over here, too. Until we talk again, peace, love, happiness, and stay healthy, guys. Ciao.
Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, and we were going to head out north about an hour and a half from here, from the rental place, to look at a little house. It's about 750 square feet, so it's very tiny. It needs work. Uh, it's on about an acre and a half, or a little over that. But there are a couple of things that are keeping me from going. We have an appointment at 1 o'clock in the afternoon with the agent, and they've already had an offer. It just came out like yesterday. And that's what it is. Right now in this market, you have to, everything's overpriced, first of all. Like I mentioned earlier in another video, real estate has more than doubled in the last year and a half, 2 years. Well, ever since COVID started, it's been crazy. So this COVID thing has kind of screwed us, a little bit here, because we are not going to be able to find anything great. We would have been able to get a lot more for our money before the COVID hit. But now, this is what we're dealing with. The whole world is going to shit in a handbag, and real fast. So we're going to have to keep looking every day. Every day we're looking, and we looked again this morning. There's nothing. There was another house in Southern Virginia I called on yesterday. Within an hour, I was the first to call. The agent said he would get back to me. You're battling with, a dozen other people. More than likely, if they're asking 50, it's going to sell for 60. That kind of a thing. The one in Southern Virginia, I was just mentioning. What I liked about it, it was still a little house, needed a little work, but it was moving ready pretty much. And it depends what you intend by moving ready, but by our means right now, that would have been pretty much, we could have at least moved in and then fix it as we go, and not have to live out of a tent in the yard like some of the ones I'm looking at. So, but this particular house in Southern Virginia was on over 4 acres. And that was the interesting part about it. Over 4 acres, you know, accessible. I mean, it had a paved road right there, but privacy enough and enough opportunities to do something and grow, you know, because you have 4 acres, it gives you all options, especially since we do want to have a garden and at least maybe some chickens. We'll keep looking and we'll keep you guys posted. But we just want to do like a daily update, I think, at this point. And once we will start doing some looking around, we'll do some videos of the properties that we're looking at and let you guys decide as well. So stay tuned. Okay, so guys, we decided to go up and look at this property. We finally were able to reach the agent for the Virginia property, and we're heading up there now to look at it. It's a couple hour or so drive, so we're on the highway, and then we'll try and take some video around there and show you. So I probably won't be able to film the inside, but we'll be able to film around, I think, outside and show you the property. And then we'll see if everything works out and I still got my foot in the door. We're gonna try to go and put a deposit on this because it's on over 4 acres. It's in Southern Virginia. It's by the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. It's got nice level land. It's got a combination of grass and trees, and it sounds perfect for like homesteading, which I think is what we need to look at doing right now, because I can't go back into the woods with ticks. Okay, so and 4 acres plus is
and it has a well,
nice
and it has a septic. So
yeah.
Then the only thing we would need to go, quote, off-grid would be to get some solar panels set up eventually.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. It's already got a well and septic, and also, right, we could get some panels and go solar at some point. But it is hooked up to the electric, so we will have electricity. People live in the house. It's you know, it's moving ready. It's not great, but you know,
it's livable.
It's livable. And it's pushing it a little bit for us price-wise, but you know, we're gonna have to do what we have to do, and we can't do a contingency, because if we do a contingency, we're not gonna get anything. So we're gonna have to just risk it and do, you know, ask for a month to close.
30 days, right?
30 days, and then we're going to have, I think, an agency try to help us sell this land, because we just can't get enough exposure. Because when you, even through Zillow, when you go and list a house by owner on Zillow, it goes under other properties. It doesn't come up right away as a listing agent's property. And so a lot of people would miss that. And so it might be a free ad on Zillow, but it's not a great exposure for us right now. So, and we need to get this land sold. I mean, it's imperative that we get this land sold. So, you know, we're keeping our fingers crossed, and we're putting in the effort, obviously. We're gonna make the drive, and we'll see what happens.
Wish us luck.
Wish us luck.
Bye, guys.
We made it to the property.
Yeah, this is probably all part of it.
This is probably all part of it. And it's a little over 4 acres. There's the little house. I don't know if you can see it. It goes, slopes down.
Behind the bush.
How's the roof?
This looks okay.
It's a little tiny house. That's fine. And
Surrounded by
it does
trees.
slope down and then has trees, but that's fine. It's a good chunk. It's more than what you see. I guarantee you, you get some of the trees as well. And then this is the neighbor, so they have a single wide. And here's the other neighbor, they have another single wide coming up. And a boat, and a trailer, and a conversion van.
And a couple of pickup trucks.
And a couple of pickup trucks.
A nice little outbuilding.
But anyways,
there's a church.
the road is a good road, paved, and it's a dead end. It's a dead end road, so it's nice.
Look, the neighbor
Yeah.
has big machines.
Not bad,
Become
not
friendly
bad.
with the neighbor.
We'll see. We'll see, guys. We'll see what happens. That's kind of why we would like to be.
It doesn't slope so bad.
No, it's not. It's gently sloping. Look at this tree, babe. How big, how beautiful it is.
Yeah, I know. I like it with the bushes on the side.
Yeah.
It's an amazing oak tree.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay, that's where the wood stock would go.
All right.
It
Smells like bleach.
I think
Yeah.
it needs cleaned up a little.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
well, that's okay. You know what?
I shouldn't have said that.
That's kind of, that's
It's
fine.
it's life. You know. And then so
The
it's
gentleman want to see
Oh,
the
so it's
inside too, or?
just
Huh?
small two
Did
bed.
that-
No, no, he just seen the line. He thought he'd ride by and look at it, and then when we got out, so he started talking to me. We just been doing a whole lot of work. His friend lived up here in Woodwine, and we've been doing a lot of work for his friend.
Gotcha.
So we just
What do you
Okay,
think
so
the
that would
odds
be
are of getting the seller to?
sign off on it. I have no idea.
I'm more interested in having some land.
Oh, you can smell it.
There's only 3 acres back in there.
3 acres. 4.2 acres. You know.
Right.
So
How
Oh,
far
so-
past the creek do you think it goes?
it goes top of the hill behind there.
Nice.
I haven't never been there.
I see.
Oh, yeah, that's going to take pants to go back in there, but this is nice.
Oh yeah.
Here, baby,
It's flowing.
let's take a of the creek for me.
Flowing creek. We have a YouTube channel. So this will be good for our channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this would be perfect for animals.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Some ducks, some chickens.
Up into here.
Get some goats to eat up all the weeds.
Yeah. Here you go, babe. We finally made it home. We got here about 7 o'clock this evening. It's probably a little bit past 8 right now. We had a little leftover pizza that I made yesterday. And a little wine that we picked up along the way. And our little van here brought us back home safely once again. And I mean, I hope we have good news. We're both keeping our fingers crossed because we went to see the house in Stuart, Virginia. That's the town. And it actually was not that good inside. We Pink took some video of it. It wasn't that great on the inside, and the outside was also run down. I mean, but that would explain the price. So the asking price, but to my amazement, it was still available today. Of course, I was the first one to call yesterday after less than an hour being posted on the MLS, and the realtor took us over to see the house. After we signed the contract, we went to his office. We signed the contract. I already knew. We did a drive-by, and I saw that it was at a dead end on a cul-de-sac, and it had lots of land. It's got like 4 and 3/4 acre. Uh, I'm sorry, 4 1/3, I think, of an acre of land. So it's over 4 acres. And it's got a creek in the back with running water, a running creek. And because the land slopes gently downward, very gently, and the creek is at the bottom, even if it overflooded at any given time, it wouldn't be any big deal. And I just love the idea of having water on the property. And that was a big plus for me. That was not on the listing. Also, what wasn't on the listing was the fact that it's unzoned, which means there are no restrictions. You can have farm animals, you could have cows, you could have horses, you can have chickens, goats, pigs, whatever you want. And like I said, we're at the dead end of the road. So, and there are only like 3 houses, I believe, or well, maybe a little bit more, 3 or 4 houses down that street. And we're the last one on the very end. And then there's a little tiny chapel or church, I'm not sure. I wasn't paying too much attention. Pink knows better. She's inside right now. And oh my goodness, the property is beautiful. Really love the property. And the surrounding area is beautiful. You can see the mountains, and it's in the background, and it's all hilly, and just, I miss Virginia. I didn't realize how much I miss Virginia. I lived in Virginia most of my life, Northern Virginia, and also Western Virginia. But this land was just me, what we're looking for exactly. We have enough land clear behind the house to have, some farm animals if we wanted to. We have enough to have a nice large garden. It's open, but yet it's surrounded by huge mature trees, kind of like we have here on this property behind me with those humongous trees behind me there. And so very excited, very excited. The agent wasn't able to get in touch with the seller, but from my understanding, he has to accept the offer because there's a third party involved. I'm not sure if it's a bank or a VA or what it is involved that has said that the house must be sold for um, not over, no more, rather, the way he put it, exactly his words, no more and no less than the assessment value. So, and that is exactly what we offer. That's why he said there's no bargaining on the price. It's the asking price. So we offer the asking price, cash, no contingency, which means if we don't sell this land, we're screwed and we're going to lose our deposit. but it's worth the risk. He gave us until the end of June. June 30th would be our mosquitoes are out bad that time of the night. Um, but so we have a little over a month now to like 5 weeks, whatever, to get this land sold. I'm talking to uh, a company that deals with land out in the Midwest, and that's what they do. They sell land out there, and I gotta step off the grass because they're killing me. The mosquitoes are just killing my legs. I'm wearing shorts today, and they love my. They apparently love sucking my blood because I always get bit by mosquitoes. There's like, it's unbelievable. If there's a mosquito, it's gonna find me. Believe me. So we haven't heard back as of yet, and we probably won't hear back till tomorrow. But the realtor was an older gentleman, old school, and he's a dual agent, which is great. I like that. He's a dual agent, which means he's not going to be necessarily looking after the seller's interest only, but also buyer's interest. So he's looking out for both parties. That means he's not going to go out of his way to try and screw anybody. He tries to be a very fair person, and he actually said that to us. So we think we have it. We think we have it. We think we can get the land sold and get enough out of it to where we're going to be able to pay for this property. We lost so much money since getting back from Italy, and now we just pray we're going to get it because this is it. It's a very tiny house. I'm going to gut it. I'm going to turn it into a cabin, and it's going to be a nice little cabin, and then I'm going to put an addition on it someday and expand it. I got a 2-bedroom septic already in place. Everything is working. It's got a working well, which is huge, and over 4 acres of land in a great area on a cul-de-sac on a dead end road. You can't beat that, and in my opinion, for the money, because it's under 50,000, and it's actually just under 45,000. We struck gold. I think that property is worth, once repaired and the home is repaired and the land is taken care of a little bit and groomed a little bit, it's going to be worth considerably more, in my opinion. And I'm usually right. We did pretty well with the property in North Carolina. We did pretty well with that we sold 4.5 years ago. We did pretty well with the property in Italy that we purchased 4 years ago. And matter of fact, we kind of pretty much sold the property in Italy for double what we purchased it back in 2019, whatever it was, 18, 19, I forget. So I think we did pretty good. So the bad call was buying this land in Missouri. That was a bad call. And buying a sight unseen, because the agent did not disclose a lot of information like the road, how bad it was. She didn't disclose information on, she actually lied, saying that it was never logged, but it was definitely logged, and fairly recently. There was a lot of small trees on the property, some larger ones. Of course, it was a select cut. That's what they call it. So there's some select cutting on the property, and we didn't go in deep, or we would have come out with 1,000 ticks on us. So we didn't go in deep into the forest to check it out, but for what we could see, you could definitely get into it, and we did. Like we were able to even park a trailer on it. So in one spot that was more level. So there definitely were some information that was kept from us, the buyers, and she never even bothered offering to send us some photos. So it was kind of a overall sneaky transaction on the real estate agent's part, and also the seller. I mean, they both. I mean, they didn't do us right, and that's fine. And particularly since we paid a slightly higher amount than the asking, because everybody's been just buying these properties up like it's like candy, So we we think we got this one. He said that it's a matter of if. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when he'll get it signed. Apparently, he has no choice but to sign it because we went full price cash. So, while we were there, another gentleman showed up with showing interest. And again, we were first, and we put our contract in, and we're just waiting for him to give us the go ahead to wire the money so that we can secure the deposit. So, guys, wish us luck. Wish us luck because we really need this one. We really need this. Don't get me wrong, it's going to need a ton of work, but at least it's manageable. The plumbing works, the electrical works, the well works, the septic works. It's got electricity and acreage, and in an area that we really like. It's first of all, it's in Virginia, and just for me, being back in Virginia is a huge plus. So I'm gonna go back inside now because I'm getting eaten alive. Okay, so I will catch you guys in a little bit.